Okay, so here we are at the Wardlaw Hartridge School. This is where Joanne and I work. It's a preschool through 12th grade. And we will be doing our composting here in no time.
So our project that we're going to do with the children is we're going to compost starting in September. When we study apples, we'll save our apple cores to put in our beginning of our compost pile. And the children and the food service will continue to help us add to our compost pile until the end of November. Then it will be closed off and go to sleep until the spring. And we'll be ready to take all that rich goodness to add to our garden soil in the spring. Very exciting.
R-E-C-Y-C-L-E. That's the way it's supposed to be.
So this is going to be our initial lesson with the children. Just coming out, I'm just panning a little bit. These are the backwoods of our school. And there's a nice long log for them to sit on. And it'll be mostly observations, right? Joanne, you want to take it from here?
We are going to revolve our time out here into asking questions. We begin by modeling what some good questions are. Just what do you notice when you are out here? What do you hear? What do you see? And then questions such as, do you think anyone comes back here and cleans this up? And if nobody does, what happens to the leaves when they fall? What happens to the sticks when they fall on the ground? How is this taken care of? How is it kept clean back here? Or is this even considered clean? Children might look at this and think it's dirty back here when actually it's quite clean. And then we want the children to think of some good questions.
Yep. And they'll be sharing with us and sharing with each other, correct?
Yes.
Correctamundo. Okay, go. So, this is phase 2. By now, first grade will have studied Johnny Appleseed. So we'll be heading back out, and everyone will have an apple to eat. And we'll be munching on the apples. First grade will teach us a little bit. And then afterwards, we'll kind of liken it to if animals are eating something to keep themselves going, and they drop what they don't want, the seeds or a core or a shell, what happens to it? So meanwhile, of course, they'll all be staring at the cores, and we'll do a little experiment. So we'll kind of drop them down and cover them up. We'll have like a laminated sign here, and we'll try to put enough leaves and stuff on top to keep animals from coming. And maybe we'll even dig a little bit. We'll have a couple shovels back here and take predictions, and then it'll be time to head back in, and we'll be back maybe every week or so to check the decomposition. Correct, Joanne?
Sounds great.
Okay.
All right, we did some digging right here near our apple cores, and we see how the dirt on the top is created from leaves.
Yeah.
Because we can see that as it's breaking down.
Yeah.
And all the rich soil underneath, and we're seeing lots of critters.
Yeah, there are lots of critters, and we were just talking about we'll take some of this great earth and critters and all and bring it to our classrooms, and the kids can explore a little bit with magnifying glasses and stuff.
And anybody who wants to actually put their hands in
Ooh.
would have a less intimidating experience in the classroom in a container if they don't want to do that out here.
Yep.
That's a great idea.
Okay, so we're just going to say goodbye to this fella. Goodbye. And we'll be, oh look, there was already a critter on this one.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, goodbye. See you in a week. And then we'll stake it out with our little sign.
We need something to put there so we know that's the spot.
Okay,
and there's our stick. All right.
All right.
We'll check back in a week.
The earth recycles, and so do we. R-E-C-Y-C-L-E.
So here is one of our playgrounds. So sedate and quiet without kids here. And
we even have mushrooms growing.
We do? Oh, I didn't know that. This massive area is where we envision the garden that you cannot yet see. And that's where our compost will end up, right there. So we're hoping all goes well with having the garden in that area. Correct, Amundo, Joanne?
Yes. It's a beautiful spot for the garden.
It's a beautiful
A
spot.
lot of sun,
Yep.
a lot of open space,
Yep.
and you're surrounded by trees.
Yep, and we did
So-
have, well, I didn't, I'm taking unnecessary credit. Barbara Drake had a Rutgers master gardener come and okay that spot. And it's between, or certain adjacent to, both of the playground areas. So the kids are naturally out here all the time. It's not an out of sight, out of mind situation, which can easily happen when you're fitting in 7,000 other things to do during the week, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that is the exciting plot of land where our garden will be. Okay.
Throughout our lessons with the children regarding composting and the environment, we are going to use a lot of excellent quality children's books in the area of fiction as well as nonfiction. This particular book, Compost Stew, will be perfect when we teach the children about composting, and this website has an enormous amount of great information about composting with children in schools. This is my Green Mother Goose book, which is rhymes for saving the world one rhyme at a time. I'd like to share one with you to get us started. It's called 1, 2, we can renew. 1, 2, we can renew. 3, 4, we can do more. 5, 6, our world to fix. 7, 8, we're not too late. 9, 10, time to begin.
Ta-da. So, in addition to all the great books we'll be reading for our garden system, we have always read lots of books that nurture and cultivate sustainable behavior. We just didn't know we did. So, these are just a few of our favorites that maybe if you're an educator, you'll pick up. It happens to everyone, a great book for the beginning of the year. We're all in this together. Hooray for Wadney Wat. Leadership can happen with anyone, even Wadney. Enemy Pie is a great book on how to solve problems, think outside the box, and be ready to change when change finds you. And last but not least, a classic Miss Rumphius, which is a perfect book to highlight stewardship of the earth. These are just a few of our favorites. So we're very excited about our project, and we're really hoping that other children as well as colleagues jump on board and are enthusiastically joining us.
We stop.
Let's do one more real quick.
You just pause. Wait, let me.
Okay, one more time. Yeah, one more time.
Wait. Let me check to see to make sure I was doing it the right way. I don't want to mess up again.
I have faith in you. I know. Now that better work. I'm gonna be y'all.
Our project.
Oh my God, your mom's getting punchy. Okay, here it is. Let me turn it off.
It's so hard for me to be serious about it because I've said it now so many times.